This is firefighter Raphael Porriette for Firehouse Subs, where the subs are hot, hearty, and extraordinary. Try the hook and ladder with smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, and melted Monterey Jack. Order at firehousesubs.com or on the app, and they'll have your hot sub ready to pick up at the Rapid Rescue to Go station inside. And remember, a portion of every sub you buy helps provide life-saving equipment for first responders. Firehouse Subs, enjoy more subs, save more lives. Tap the banner now to get your order started.
Martini, shaken not stirred. I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Houston, we have a problem.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Nobody can stay here for.
You're gonna need a bigger post.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
I'm my number one fan.
And here we go.
Good evening, moviegoers. It is the Cine-Men movie podcast. I am here with Edward.
What's up, guys? How's it going today?
How you doing today, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. A little bit tired, but I'm feeling pretty good. Yourself?
Loose, stretched.
Usually.
Are you all ready to go? Got y'all Vaselined up?
GTG.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, I'm doing good. It was a hell of a long week for me, as sure as it has been for everybody with these stressful holiday times.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do? How's Christmas going for you? You put Christmas on a credit card? You say, fuck it, I'll do you next year?
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Been shooting mugs.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, we're this is a podcast of everything entertainment, so,
right.
Like, how's the game?
I like it. I mean, if you like Grand Theft Auto, you'll definitely like this, because it's pretty much Grand Theft Auto yeehaw. Like honestly, it really is. Instead of semi-automatic, fully automatic machine guns and frickin' rocket launchers, you've got dynamite and 6-shooter pistol revolvers. Pretty cool stuff, honestly. Instead of a fast-paced car, you get a kick-ass horse. You get a bond with it and stuff. It's got that immersive world feeling. Same with Grand Theft Auto or Skyrim or whatever have you. So yeah, definitely you're in a gang and you get to know a lot of your gang members. You get to rob people. You get to either be a good guy a good outlaw or an asshole. Essentially, because either you go around shooting people up or helping people and then shooting.
You said it's like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Is there a strip club you can go to?
No, I mean, there's a saloon, but you just drink and play games like Five Finger Filet or Dominoes or poker.
I thought it was Two Finger Filet.
Hey. But it depends on how everything goes. But you can also go ahead and go to, get a bath. And you can pay a 50-cent extra charge, and a woman will help you bathe, and you can talk to her and stuff.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
But I mean, she's in a full dress and stuff. So,
man, it is December.
Yes, sir.
December 22nd on this beautiful Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
Are you ready for Christmas?
I am. I like to spend time with family. I like to spend, just hanging out with family. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, yeah, the presents are cool, gifts are awesome, whatever you want, but really, I mean, it's the time of year to get to see everybody, to hang out and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's definitely nice. How about you?
Man, it is all about Christmas on this episode. We're covering National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, man.
One of my all-time favorite Christmas movies.
The thing was nuts.
We just finished it. We just got done rewatching it, getting ready,
Yep.
getting our brains fresh for the pod, man.
Oh yeah,
Dig it. But now that we got, we're laying down the format, what today's show is going to be. It's all about Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase, written by John Hughes.
Oh, okay.
Breakfast Club,
Yep.
Home Alone 1 and 2,
Lots of good classic movies. I mean, movies
16
that are...
Candles, Weird Science, few
16 Candles.
Ferris
Okay.
Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, definitely
So,
all of them classics.
Man, he wrote this one. He did not direct it, but
I mean, he had his fingers in it.
that's true. Man, talk about good shows. How about last week's episode?
I thought it was nice.
Fences.
I really did.
It was an intense
mean-
movie. I got a lot of good reviews. I got a lot of good emails. Got a lot of good text messages.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any voicemails though. You guys can call, text. You can find the number at facebook.com/movie reels REELZ 405.
Yes, sir.
That's at our Facebook page, which is the Cine-Men movie podcast page.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah, you can email at Cine-Men. That's CINEMEN 921 at gmail.com. You can call us 405-590-5711. We had somebody take advantage of that and call us last week and talk movies with us on the podcast.
Yeah, actually an old buddy, for that matter. So that was cool. Catch up
A friend of yours named Zach
Yes, sir.
called in, gave us a top 5. We talked about maybe some of his favorite movies.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody else out there that wants to do the same thing, if you don't want to give your name, you don't have to.
No, definitely
Just
not.
come on air with us and talk movies.
I mean, if you want to be an anonymous caller, hopefully you're not
I'm
too bad.
there's only like 3 out there listening anyway, so
Hey, still.
No, I want to thank everybody though who has gotten our numbers up. Spotify continues to grow.
Yes, sir.
I have over 25 downloads a week.
Doing nice.
Not too shabby, and that's per episode.
Which, I mean, that's not too bad for 2 random-ass guys in Oklahoma doing something over movies. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, don't get me wrong, but it's not like we're...
Well, that 20,
Yeah,
those. I mean, I am talking Oklahoma numbers. That's just Oklahoma downloads. If we're talking national, we saw that we have some people out there in Korea.
Yeah.
We got some Canadians out there. We got some Canucks.
Kim Jong-un's listening to our shit.
Some good Canadian folk out there listening to us. So overall, it's not just Oklahoma. We're averaging about 85 downloads to 110 downloads a week.
Nice.
So,
That is
and
nice.
that's just
I mean,
on Spotify.
honestly, that is pretty cool.
Not including Podbean, and we're also out there on YouTube. We are out there on iTunes, Apple Pod, wherever you get your pods at, wherever you can listen to podcasts. We are on there as well.
I mean, to have, 170 to 220 ears listening in on us? Maybe if you use your left or your right. Either way, I don't know.
Man, it's not bad. I'm having a good time with it. I know you are as well.
Yeah, always.
We at first we were kind of like winging this thing.
Yep.
Now we can just, we're getting 5 stars all across the board. We did have an episode. We did have a podcast called Tuesday Morning Audible, which did not get picked up by Rockstar, but Rockstar continues to carry the movie podcast, which is very grateful, and we hope that this relationship turns out to be better for the both of us. But the football podcast was doing good, didn't get picked up, but we can talk a little football right now.
Yeah, I mean...
So the last time we talked, it was the Big 12 Championship weekend. Oklahoma, obviously, in those 2-week times, won the Big 12 Championship, won a Heisman Trophy.
Yes, sir.
Now we're just a week away from the Orange Bowl.
Yep.
In 1 week.
Yeah,
It's OU and Alabama.
Yeah, it's very crazy on that. On top of that, we just actually started the recruiting season.
Yep, I saw
So,
that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, already 22 commits to both OU and Texas, for that matter.
Yep.
I think 36 or 34 to, Alabama, and then I think either 32 or 34 to, Georgia. And then Texas A&M coming, ESPN will actually rank them, you know what I mean, like strongest recruiting classes. And it was Alabama first, second it was Georgia, third it was Texas A&M actually, OU came in 6th, and then University of Texas came in at number 9.
Right.
Which, I mean, I think Notre Dame came in at 12 or something like that. So, yeah, strong, couple strong couple strong committing recruiting classes in the Big 12, certainly in the SEC. So.
No doubt. It's been a pretty good week as far as Big 12 football goes. Texas will play the University of Georgia, which will be a big game for both conferences.
Oh, yeah.
Now, NFL.
Actually, truthfully, going back for a second, I want to see Texas pull that off. I really do. I want to see him kick some ass.
You think it's a little too early for some predictions?
No. I mean, by
the time this drops, it'll be the 22nd.
Yeah, so
it'll be Saturday.
7 days.
And then we have our final episode of the year, which will air on the 28th.
Yeah.
So we could actually do the
predictions
on the next show.
Yeah.
So
that'd be cool.
We'll have that coming out to you next Saturday on the 28th. The last episode of the year is a toss-up, though.
Yes, sir. We always like to give an option out there for our viewers.
You guys are going to get to vote on the last last episode of the year. I'll have 5 movies coming your way. You guys vote, and we'll do them. If you guys don't vote, then we will pick the one, and that episode will drop on the 28th of December. And man, that would wrap up an 18 episode year for us.
NFL 16 weeks. We got 18, and we didn't even have a bye week.
And we started in September, and we are wrapping up on episode 18 next week, end of the year. So, man, it's getting pretty real. Things are getting wrapped up pretty big for us.
I mean, when you have a good idea, when you have actual good content, stuff goes along. Simple.
Well, we put some work into this too. It's not like we just, turn on the mic and just talk random shit. Sometimes we do, but I mean that's good for listening.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes off the dome is best. I mean, honestly, you get better ideas. I mean, I know that
like
I've
fences.
Kicked around a couple.
Fences.
You've kicked around a couple. I know some other help has kicked around a couple. Great ideas for that matter. So yeah, definitely like fences. That was kind of a spur of the moment in that episode 2 weeks ago.
Or the Kings of Cinema episode.
Yeah, that was a great idea.
That was an episode based on everything about top 5.
Yeah, I mean,
and I do have it down that if you guys enjoyed that episode, we will have the directors, pretty much the chairs of cinema episode. So if you enjoyed the Kings of Cinema episode, we will throw out a Chairs of Cinema episode, or a Kings of the Directors suite, if you will. We'll come up with some kind of name for it, but that'll be dropping at the end of January.
And then also, further after that, a few episodes after, we'll be doing a Queen of the Mountain. So, I mean, you can't leave the ladies out. Definitely can't. I mean, we just want to space it out a little bit, give room for other different movies.
Oh, yeah. And then don't forget the very first episode of 2019 will be Star Wars: A New Hope.
Man, I can't wait for that.
So that'll be that's the way we kick off 2019, and it's
we have a new hope.
And it's going to be the way we end 2019 because of Star Wars Episode 9.
Man, I can't believe that's
2019 is going to be huge.
I can't believe we're sandwiching Star Wars, literally.
No doubt.
Bread.
I don't know about you, but I plan on doing all 9 movies in 2019.
I would love to do that, honestly. I mean,
we're going to start off the way they were released in theaters.
Right.
We're going to do 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
And then 7.
And then 7, 8. And then we'll do,
when it comes out.
Yeah. We'll fit Rogue One in there, too, because Rogue One is a hell of a movie.
And freaking, the Han Solo movie. That one was damn good. Yeah. I thought so. I thought that was damn good.
So next year is going to be all Star Wars. And, man, then we got Avengers, Endgame.
Captain Marvel. Spider-Man, Far From Home.
We have Aladdin, Toy Story.
Dude, the Aladdin
Speaking of
poster.
Aladdin, I know that's what we're about to touch on. We're about to touch on that, some movie news. But, do you have any recent watches lately?
Actually, yeah. in the spirit of Christmas, I know a lot of people's favorite movie, and I know you actually just watched this the other day. The Grinch, or How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the 2000 Jim Carrey version.
Man, I was just talking with somebody. A fan or a listener emailed me.
Yeah.
Or commented on one of my Facebook posts and said that movie's it's 18 years old already.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost allowed to smoke.
Yeah.
What the hell? But, let's see. I also watched the original Friday. You know, always a classic. Always a classic. Then I checked out one from 2009 with John C. Reilly, Josh Hutcherson, and then Ken Watanabe, and or Watanabe, and it's called Cirque de Freak, the Vampire's Assistant. That one was pretty cool.
Vampire, yeah, okay.
That one was pretty cool. John C. Reilly, a little different, little comedy, but a little seriousness in that too. That one was actually pretty cool. And then I again, I rewatched The Hunger Games. Another Josh Hutcherson film.
Did you rewatch the first one?
Yeah.
Or did you?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The Hunger Games, yeah. Kind of like that movie. It's kind of like a little brother, or a little sister, I guess you'd say, with Katniss, to Harry Potter to me. I read all the books and all that stuff. Read all the books, watched the movies. So, yeah. It was always a pretty cool thing for me.
Yeah, no doubt. Great minds think alike. I checked out The Grinch as well a few days ago. And then I've been watching some Christmas movies.
Honestly, that was the only Christmas movie I've watched in the past, probably a year. Honestly. Not being it, well, other than Christmas Vacation. Those two are the only ones I've seen in the past probably year. Not being a Scrooge, of course.
No,
but,
right. I mean, I checked out Die Hard.
Oh, yeah.
Which me and you were debating what Christmas movie to do. Die Hard, Christmas Story, Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But yeah, I checked out Die Hard. Obviously, always a great watch this time of year. Enjoyed that. I watched Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn.
Oof.
It was pretty funny.
Vince Vaughn is actually pretty funny. I like the guy. He's good.
And then I checked out Equalizer 1 and 2.
Yeah, I seen that. How'd you like 2?
I enjoyed 2 a lot. To me, the story was a little bit more in depth. You could really, I think it was more in depth, and I think I felt more for Denzel because they allowed him to be more of a character instead of this badass killer.
I think once they got that character development in the first and kind of decided, okay, we can use this, that, and this, let's go ahead and translate over here. Because, I mean, it's kind of like John Wick 1 and 2. You know, actually, I would compare the movies pretty well with each other. Because they kind of follow the same blueprint in a way. You know, first movie, badass assassin, you know, something happens in their life. And Denzel with Equalizers, though, it wasn't something that happened to him. It was something that happened around him, but he still stood up and took the notion to say we ain't taking this anymore.
Yeah.
With John Wick, he was personally attacked. So, I mean, there's
and then
that.
With the Equalizer, you can kind of felt like he was almost this Robin Hood kind of character.
Yeah, definitely.
So, number 2, to me, he just seems like he's a little bit more...
he has a goal more in...
He has a little bit more of a heart.
Oh, yeah,
helping out that young kid who's actually played in Moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I mean, there was that, and then I'm still wanting to check out Robin Hood with Taron Egerton. I'm still wanting to, and Jamie Foxx. I'm still wanting to check that out. I've heard mixed things, but I want to go in with my own. Obviously,
we'll end up getting it.
Yeah.
So maybe when that hits a Blu-ray release, obviously we might try to check it out.
Because I mean, Taron Egerton, I think he's a badass in Kingsman. I was upset when I heard he was leaving Kingsman, for that matter. I mean, don't get me wrong, Channing Tatum done pretty well in Golden Circle. However, I thought Taron Egerton was the shit.
Yeah, and if he's in this Robin Hood movie, that kind of is what that kind of gave me the green light to check it out.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go spend $12 to go watch it one time. If I might as well spend an extra $10 and spend $20 and watch it as many times as I want to, even if it is trash.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it'll be trash. I think some people expected different. You know, expected more of a Kingsman type thing from him. Because I'll be honest, I've never heard of him before Kingsman. I hadn't. Young kid, you know, I think the guy is 22, 21 years old. You know, hell, I could see him as a future possible Bond in the next 5 to 10 years. I mean, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know, kind of did a Bond-esque film with Kingsman 1 and 2 for that matter. So, yeah, and he got the girl. Literally.
Yeah, no doubt. It'll definitely be worth a go. But we will take a small break, and when we come back, we will talk some movie news. Alright, it is back here with you at the Cine-Men movie podcast, and man, some movie news is going up. Aquaman internationally has already hit $332 million.
Dang.
Internationally.
He's got some speed right there in the water.
So there's some rumors that DC thinks that they have more success with their individual superhero films than they do with like Batman vs Superman or Justice League. But I mean, I can kind of agree with that at the moment. But the thing is maybe they get a feel and a basis. Right. I don't think they should. Like Marvel, what Marvel did was lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, because I mean, you had Iron Man.
Because if Iron Man bombed,
yeah, I mean,
nothing else happens.
They might have had a couple things, but they wouldn't have gotten where they are today without Iron. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, who the fuck would have seen Ant-Man?
So that's why I'm saying like, Man of Steel came out, which was the first one. They left it alone. It would have been good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I thought Man of Steel was not bad.
Man of Steel was great.
I mean, honestly,
they rushed it so fast with Batman vs Superman.
True.
They should have done, Man of Steel, the Batman.
Yeah, because
Wonder Woman.
Like that to me, that was a little disrespectful not to give Batman his own movie, whether Ben Affleck or a different one for that matter. Because honestly, like I would still love to know what the fuck happened to the actual Robin. Why it sent Bruce Wayne, Batman into such a recluse stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of know a little bit of a basis of what happened, you know what I mean? But, like, what led to all that? What actually happened to Robin, So, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's some shit when you put a freaking hero, superhero, vigilante, whatever you want to call Batman, into a comatose state, in a way. I mean, that's... Yeah, especially when, in the comic book, one of the greatest minds, if not the greatest detective mind at least, in the entire DC universe. So I mean, that's something impressive.
Yeah, so. I think Aquaman's gonna make a shit ton of money. I think they're gonna get good reviews. Another movie that got good reviews recently that just came out was Bumblebee.
Yeah,
it's like in 95 or 97% as far as Rotten Tomatoes. Now we don't give a fuck about tomatoes. We don't give a fuck about Rotten Tomatoes, but. Bumblebee did get 97%, which is the highest rated Transformers movie
ever. Yeah. So I mean that says something, but then again, there's been times where Rotten Tomatoes has given it high praise. And
I don't deal with Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't know.
I kind of don't do
don't go
reviews
off
a lot anyway. So if I do, I do use IMDb. It kind of
I mean.
Been a little closer.
I would say they're a bit more fair.
Yeah, they're not as cruel or harsh.
Well, I mean, they kind of do what we do in a way. Go at it with, this is what it is, and simple as that. Take it for what it is. Go from there. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to know, who the fuck would make fun of Jason Momoa as Aquaman? Dude looks badass. What, he's like 6'3" or something like that? Dude performed a freaking haka at the damn world opening. That actually was pretty awesome. Had a few kids in there with it that looked pretty cool doing it. So what I mean? That's a big ass dude.
Also, the Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
So
I actually follow The Rock and or Dwayne Johnson on Twitter and Instagram for that matter. And dude posts a lot of stuff. It's always awesome.
He's busy.
Yeah, dude. I don't see how he does all the shit he does, and then still works out as much as he does. Because it's not like the dude like
he does.
It's not like the dude goes in, busts a half-hour set, and then says, "Okay, I'm done." This dude goes in for
About
3 or 4 hours,
yeah.
literally, and it's all hardcore shit. It's not just playing
Do
around.
you know that he has his own
Yeah,
gym that travels with him? I think you told me about this one time.
yeah, like 40,000 pounds. And that's all equipment, like not just weight. That's all equipment. He has his own like staff that he has take it down, transport it, and set it up. So I mean, that's a freaking literal truck, like a big rig truck, just for his freaking workout sessions.
Yeah,
That's insane. But then the dude's insane. I mean, geez.
There's also talks about him taking more time out of his busy schedule,
oh my god,
and he might be a part of this year's WrestleMania season with the WWE.
dude's trying. Does the man sleep?
I don't think he does.
I
Maybe
don't-
it's like the scene in Elf. Oh, I got a full 40 minutes.
No joke. He probably takes 20-minute power naps 3 times a day and is good. Freaking doing a
There's
set
a
of
reason they
squats
call
and-
him the Brahma
you know.
Bull.
I mean, I'd like to see the Brahma Bull and the Italian Stallion go head to head and see who wins. I think now the Brahma Bull would definitely come out ahead. But back in the day, maybe
Big
not.
dude. But,
Yeah.
and then like you mentioned earlier, and I was saving it for movie news, Entertainment Weekly posted about the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah. Man, that... Will Smith's got a few... I will say, and I've seen this a lot on different Instagram and Twitter feeds, different, just random people, saying it kind of looks a little weird, but sometimes when it looks weird, or when it is weird, sometimes that's the best. I mean, honestly. Just because, like, Will Smith, obviously, the dude's Will Smith. You don't have to say much more. He's Will Smith. You know, and him coming in and playing the genie, there was a lot of rumors going around that he would, you know, and honestly taking Robin Williams, I guess you'd say, footing, and maybe working past it or cultivating his own. I like it. I'm kind of down with it. Like, you know.
No, I think he'll do good. There's a lot of people complaining about why isn't he blue? Why isn't he blue?
His suit's blue.
You don't
Get over it.
You don't have to. You don't have to mock the exact same thing you're trying to redo.
No, and I mean, it's a cartoon.
Will Smith did say that he might turn blue or something once or twice during the movie.
During his transformations in and out of the bottle, possibly.
But-
I don't know.
He looks good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the role. You also have to look at when you have a high-paid actor that you're paying
Yeah.
that much money. You're not going to want to cover him up in CGI or makeup 24/7.
No.
That's why he didn't wear the Deadshot helmet throughout the
All
whole
the entire
Suicide
thing, yeah.
Squad. That's $1 million face right there.
Yeah, I mean,
He's not going to
legitimately.
cover it up through the whole movie.
No.
So get over it. Get on with your lives. You know you're going to go spend the money to go see the movie.
Exactly. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Now, in others, have you seen the new MIB trailer?
I have
MIB
seen that.
International?
It looks good. At first, I was a little hesitant about why the reboot, but it's not a reboot.
It's kind of
It's an
side.
ongoing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing in another part of the world.
yeah, you know,
So-
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Of all people.
I think they're
I was
in.
like, what?
They're in London or the UK as far as this
I think
goes.
UK, yeah. I think so.
So, also the Hellboy trailer dropped.
I did get to
Did
see
you?
that, yeah. That looks wicked. I mean,
He looks good.
yeah, you can't tell much of a difference. I mean, a little bit better on makeup and all that, but I mean, updates, simple as that, newer times.
Different actor.
Different actor too, yeah. So, I mean, but still, big old dude.
Yeah.
Big old dude. I mean, you can't really cast Hellboy as a small guy.
No.
You couldn't.
That's
Yeah.
almost like that's a role that I could see Dave Bautista being in.
Oh my god. That might be a little too big. But, yeah, I could see that. I mean, he does Drax pretty damn well, so why not? But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. A lot of explosions. And then we have, with MRB International, we have our own new female lead coming into it,
Yep.
Agent M. I thought that was pretty cool. And, you know, kind of a co-ed international, if you will. So breaking new ground in a couple different ways. That's pretty cool. But, let's see. Tons of different stuff is,
A lot of trailers dropping this week. Star Wars comes out in exactly like 364 days, 363 days.
Somewhere around there.
They said that we might get a teaser trailer soon.
Oh my god.
So I'm excited
Breaking
for that.
the internet with that. That would be awesome. Mary Poppins has released. I'm kind of interested in that, to be honest.
Yeah, it looks good. I wouldn't mind going and checking it out.
Kind of an update on an old tale or an old story, whatever you want. Let's see.
But the movie that we're checking out today is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
This is the 1989 version. Chevy
So-
Chase.
Is the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Hey, Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. Take it, Russ. Fa la 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 la.
Clark, we're stuck under a truck.
I give you the Griswold family Christmas tree.
Hope you're not getting sap all over your sweater, Clark.
Sorry. Got a little knot here. Need to work on that. Merry Christmas.
We didn't come in posed.
Oh, hell, there's plenty of room.
Do you sleep with your brother? Do you know how sick and twisted that is, Mom? Well, I'm sleeping with your father.
Have you got a kiss for me? You better take a rain check on that, Art. He's got lip fungus they ain't identified yet.
We were gonna call, but Eddie wanted to make it a surprise.
If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now. We're really gonna fly down the hill with this stuff. Can I refill your eggnog for you? Drive you out to the middle of nowhere, leave you for dead?
Can I show you something?
I was just browsing.
If Santa is smart, he'll stay well clear of this joint. It's a death trap.
Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
They want you to say grace.
Pledge allegiance to the flag. The United States of America.
That thing had 9 lives. She just spent them all.
So, that's what we checked out. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, starring Chevy Chase as Clark, Beverly D'Angelo as Ellen, Juliette Lewis as Audrey, a young Johnny Galecki as Rusty. Man, is this the first time view for you, or have you seen it?
First time throughout, like first time full viewing for that matter. So I've seen some of the parts, but yeah, I honestly thought it was very surprising that I knew as many actors and actresses in this that I did. I mean, I never imagined freaking Johnny Galecki as, like, what, 12 years old in this?
Yeah, he's a pretty young kid in this movie.
And then Juliette, she's from actually Dusk Till Dawn,
Yeah.
I didn't even know she was in this. Kind of funny what you find out.
Man, it's always one of those Christmas classics for me. It doesn't feel like it's Christmas time unless I watch this. What about you? I mean, we're going to get into some of our top 5 this week is about Christmas movies.
Yeah.
But is there? I mean, it might be on your top 5.
Yeah.
But is there one movie that, like, you just whether you buy it, rent it, or just try to DVR it? Is there one movie that you have to just check out when it's this time of year?
I have actually 2 different movies. One is the old school Rudolph, and I'm talking like the claymation Rudolph from like
the
years
60s.
ago. Yeah. That is one, and then the other is The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Grew up with that movie, loved the movie, all 3 of them for that matter. Charlie was a little shit in the second one, but still loved the kid. So, Well, actually, he's not a kid. He's older than we are. So, hey, he's probably in his mid-30s by now. But
I enjoy Tim Allen a lot. Tim Allen has a long Disney partnership with Disney. That was one of the movies we were going to try to cover.
Yeah.
We were going to try to cover 2 movies, actually, in this one episode, but just didn't get to it.
Yeah. Time constraints.
Oh, yeah. That would have been a 4-hour...
Yeah.
a 4-hour prep. But man, yeah, you need a little pick-me-up. I go for a Killer Grape Rockstar.
Oh, yeah.
Rockstar is designed for those who lead active lifestyles and is available in over 20 different flavors and available in 30 different countries.
Something done wrong, like if you don't like one, you can always try a couple different others, and I'm sure you'll find your little comfort hidey hole. If you
they have carbonated, non-carbonated.
Low carb.
If you like
carb.
lemonade, they have the non-carbonated lemonade. So there's always a flavor out there for you to pick up. But man, let's get into our top 5 Christmas movies.
All right.
I have an honorable mention.
Go ahead.
My honorable mention is going to be the Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah,
the animated Disney one.
That is always a good one. Yep.
I like the idea of a Christmas Carol, whether it's the old school 1954 version,
right,
or whether it's the one from the 80s with Bill Murray,
yeah,
or if it's the Disney one, the animated Disney one. I think it's a cool concept, and it's kind of a dark Christmas story, but it's kind of letting people know that, Christmas is about more than just gifts.
Yeah, well, on top of that, another thing it really tries to put out there is don't work yourself to death. Don't be married to your job, because literally your job isn't going to give a shit about you after you die.
Oh yeah, or after you retire, or if you get sick,
they're going to trudge on.
Yeah, you're a dime a dozen. They're a multi-million-dollar company for a reason.
I mean, the only thing that's going to stop them is bankruptcy. Yeah. I mean, that's it. So,
and even then, the big shits that file for bankruptcy, you're still going to have fatter pocket than you.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mean, you got to give a shit about the ones who are right there with you,
especially if you have a family.
Honestly, even in a Christmas Vacation, it shows perfectly at the last 20-30 minutes in that. We're going to get into that in a bit later, but I mean. Yeah, that's I think sort of what has been lost in Christmas. Yes, the presents, like I said earlier, the presents are nice, they're awesome, but getting to spend time, because I don't get to see some of my family. I mean, honestly, I've seen you 100 times over this year, more than a lot of my different family.
Or even more compared to the years prior.
Yeah, definitely, because I mean, I think this year has been the most we've actually hung out in. Around a decade, for that matter, 7 to 10 years.
It shouldn't be that way.
No, but
we know life pops up.
Life gets busy. Unfortunately.
But I mean, hell, if you could create something like this, what we do to a certain family member, I mean, even if we bend boundaries in order to do this once a week.
Oh yeah.
If we could do that with, but there's still so much time in the day.
Yeah.
But the other person also has to want to do it too.
Yeah, definitely.
So like this wouldn't work out if it was just all you and not me.
Right. Or vice versa.
Right. So in order for those relationships to work out, they have to want to do it too.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm definitely I'm looking forward to all mine, and whatever happy holiday you celebrate, it doesn't matter. We welcome everybody. Simple as that.
It could be Kwanzaa, it could be Hanukkah,
whatever it is.
Festive.
For that matter. If you don't celebrate, if you just like to get drunk on it's going to be Tuesday.
Hell, if you want to get drunk and just pop open a ice cold Miller Lite and
whatever it is, go ahead.
Push play on your Spotify or your YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts at, and listen to the Cine-Men Movie Podcast for Christmas.
Yeah.
We'll be right here with you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We'll be there in spirit, 100% with you.
That's my honorable mention is A Christmas Carol. Going into your number 5.
Number 5, I have actually kind of a newish that feels oldish.
The book is old.
Yeah, definitely. But Polar Express, I have not had the pleasure to read the book, unfortunately, but I have had the pleasure to see the movie. And, I mean, that movie feels like a timeless classic. And you don't get that a lot, especially in, animated movies. And it feels like it could be as old as The Grinch.
Yeah.
The animated Grinch.
It's just a classic.
But, I've got it rated up there with that. Really good visual effects, especially even for its time. I mean, it still stood the test of time, and I don't think it could be updated too much more now. For that matter.
I mean, they'll keep updating it with the 4Ks
right.
and the, it's always going to be there. But every year, that's a movie I look for too.
Yeah.
It was tough not to put that in my top 5, but my top 5 is a little bit more old school, I guess, if you will.
I've got some old school in mine too.
But number 5 for me is going to be Elf.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell.
Santa.
I can't get over it. Not only does it feel the beginning, it kind of feels like a classic Christmas movie because of the opening, but then you have Will Ferrell and all his craziness and all his goofiness, and then he realizes that he's not an elf, and he goes and looks for his dad, and man, it's really nice to sit back and put that in and just laugh and forget about some stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, it hits you in the feels a few times, too. It really does.
Zooey Deschanel, too. Like, what a beautiful actress, and she actually sings. Really good singer.
I didn't know she did that.
Yeah,
so
she sings in the movie, so it's a really good scene. Her and Farrell sing "Baby It's Cold Outside." So,
yeah, which I mean, sometimes it's nice to see that different aspects of talents that actors or actresses have.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool to see that.
And you were talking old school, so number 4 for you is...
Yeah, number 4, actually, I'm going with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the classic Rudolph. Like I mentioned earlier, the claymation. It is a little creepy. I won't deny that. However, I've got to say, I don't know. It tends to always grab me. It's very odd on that, but it's kind of a timeless treasure to me. It's not a closet. What would you call that? The closet likes like the ones you're a little afraid of.
Like a closet fan.
Yeah, I'm not a closet fan. Definitely, like I'll definitely cite this as one of my favorites. But I mean, when you've got all the Snow Miser, when you've got all these little characters and the plot and just all of that, is the story of it for that matter. It's an amazing little story.
Oh no, it's a classic. It also teaches kids, just because somebody's different, don't judge them.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't poke fun at them. Don't let them, don't do that, because you
never know when you might need that person.
Especially in today's kind of world, today's kind of society, like being a dad. First of all, you kind of get that when you see, how kids are, how kids can be.
Kids are assholes.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, I was.
You think, that's fine, she'll get over it. No, kids remember things.
I was about to say, yeah, it's a definite, and sometimes it stays through their entire life.
So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a good number 4 for you. Number 4 for me is going to be Home Alone.
Oh yeah,
the original Home Alone with Macaulay Culkin, Joe Pesci. So that's going to be my number 4. I had a hard time too deciding. I was like, am I going to do Home Alone 2, Home Alone, or just pick another Christmas movie? But the first one to me from 1990, another John Hughes production, is just a classic for me. Actually, John Hurd, who played Peter McAllister, just passed away about a month ago. We talked about that.
Yeah.
So number 4 for me is Home Alone. Man, just another fucking classic Christmas movie.
I actually seen a little segment to where Macaulay Culkin got to reenact some of the scenes, but as he is today, or at least I think a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And it was funny just to see, this grown man that still has that childlike appearance ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does look the same almost. He's ugly.
Just
He's
bigger.
ugly bastard. He's a little. He's lengthy.
Yeah, he's
tall,
kind of gangly-ish.
Yeah. But you know what? Honestly, no. He looks good.
Yeah.
Compared to how he was maybe 10, 15 years ago in a bad state, he was. Yeah. Seeing him do stuff like this, seeing him as a regular on the Jimmy Fallon show. Yeah. I really appreciate the way he's turned out, and I appreciate how I'm glad to see him doing as good as he's doing.
Like a comeback for him. It is
exactly
cool.
Because man, I grew up on Home Alone.
Yeah.
So I think of Kevin as this nice, small, down to earth kid, and then 10, 15 years ago when I saw Macaulay Culkin, he had some demons, had some bad issues going on. It kind of sucks because you're like that's one of your childhood idols.
Yeah, and I mean...
But now seeing him the way he is, he's on Instagram. You can follow him on Instagram. Yep. He's always on the Jimmy Fallon show. Oh. And then doing the Christmas commercial like he did that just aired recently. The Google commercial.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see him doing good. I'm glad to see that. It's always... You never want to wish ill upon anybody.
No, definitely not. And especially, some guy like that, you might not see him in the spotlight a lot anymore, but I mean, who knows? Maybe this is a little bit of a future comeback for the guy. I mean, time will tell. Simple as that. Time will tell. But hey.
And number 3 for you?
It was a little bit of a reach. When I was a kid, there were 2 things that my mother actually kind of brought in. 1, she loved Halloween. 2, she loved Christmas. And with Halloween, it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Well, with Christmas, it was a Charlie Brown's Christmas. I don't know why my mom was so much into the Peanuts, but it's cool. I actually, I'm not as into the Peanuts, but I do like them. I definitely will watch the show if it comes on. But yeah, the 1965... A Charlie Brown Christmas. A lot of different memories with this. I mean, you've got your usual little plugs with all the characters, but
it's just one of those it's just a classic, man. Like even if it is 25 minutes long, those 25 minutes you could probably watch that 4 or 5 times.
Oh, easily
during this Christmas time.
And I mean the little play they do, and then the few songs that they have are iconic for that matter. I mean,
Christmas radio stations play them all over the world.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas time is here. I'm a horrible singer, but I mean, that's always one little song that I like to play. Actually, that's one thing I like to play songs. There's a few different songs, especially like Thanksgiving. It is not Thanksgiving for me unless I hear that damn turkey song by Adam Sandler. That is, I could go the entire year without hearing a peep from Adam Sandler, and I will still look for the turkey song by Adam Sandler. With Halloween, actually, for some reason, the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
I have to hear the Monster Mash at least 1 or 2 times. I don't know why. I'll probably instill it in my kids' heads, for that matter, whenever I am blessed with that. But yeah, those are 2 things for that. And the Christmas Time is Here by Charlie Brown is one that I like to search up and like to listen kind of before. I'm kind of airing out some of the stuff I do before.
No, go
stuff
ahead.
Like that.
You're good.
So I mean, it's
that's
funny.
What this is for. I mean, people that listen to this,
Give some insight to our life, I guess you could say.
Well, we do this podcast out of joy for movies.
Yeah.
Out of what kind of entertainment brings us to realization. It's something to get away with.
Yeah, definitely.
Football, sports, entertainment,
video
games, movies. It's a bad world out there. Yeah. There's a lot of bad, nasty stuff that's always happening out there, whether it's overseas or
at home,
Mexico, at home, bills. Always,
it don't matter, whatever it is.
We do this to try to make sure that if there's anybody out there, and we joke about it all the time that there's probably 12 of you guys listening to us. We know that there's more than 12 listening to us. But, I mean, hopefully one day we can do this and touch somebody to where, hey, you know, you don't have to go through and, you know, do what you do alone.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, you can listen to us. I mean, we're here as far as, like, you know, you can send us emails.
Yeah, message the
call,
page. For
text, you know.
Comment on our YouTube
especially
videos,
this
something.
time of year. The holidays are always usually sometimes like, you know.
Harder for others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know we're jumping off subject, but we're talking about movies, and we're talking about Christmas movies and what Christmas really means.
Yeah.
And, I mean, to me, Christmas really means that you got to be there for somebody, you know, when it really counts. Like, if somebody really needs you throughout the whole year, you know, a text or call is one thing.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's this time of year and somebody really needs you, make the effort to physically go see them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just got a call earlier from my little sister. You know, it was maybe a 2-minute, 3-minute call, but
that's all that matters.
Literally, like, I mean, my spirits weren't down today, but it
like
brought
day.
it to a whole nother level. I mean, little girl doesn't know how much I love that kid. She really doesn't. But no, yeah.
Like, if there's anybody out there, you know, who's going through a tough time, or you listen to this, whether you drive or you work out, or you listen to us while you clean the house. If there's ever anything that's on the mind, of course, if you want it to be anonymous, you don't have to tell us who you are. I would like for us to start reaching out to some people.
Yeah, it'd be definitely cool.
People, if you want to email us or send us some text messages about some tough things going on in your life. You know, we're not, you know, we don't have a degree in psychology.
Right, but I mean, we've got a couple of ears and a couple of hands.
Right, and that's all that matters. I mean, we're here to listen. We can put your story out on, you know, on the podcast. Or even if you don't want us to put the story out on the podcast, we can still read it behind the mic and give us your opinion.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what Christmas is about to me. Like, just being there in general, and I know this time of year is a little bit tougher than most.
Oh yeah, because I mean, honestly, it's just I mean, okay, my grandpa, my little sister's grandpa, my grandpa, whatever have you, he always, during the festivities at at his house, he always gets up and for as long as I can remember, every year he does this. They always play Christmas music in the background. You've got conversations going, probably 30 different conversations between people. You've got little finger foods and all that to eat on, so it's always cool. However, he always breaks up the monotony and asks everybody, and this is before the gift giving, asks everybody to listen up and just explains, you know, what Christmas is about, why Christmas came, and what Christmas means to him. And it's always cool to hear that, and maybe one day I would love to do that for whatever family I've built down the road. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've got little closet things like that I do.
Yeah, no,
you know, Monster Mash and friggin' Turkey Song.
Mine's coming up, but number 3 for me is going to be It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
1946. You know, starring James Stewart, Donna Reed. It's just one of those movies that, again, teaches you to really tell you what Christmas is all about. When an angel is sent from heaven to help a desperately frustrated businessman by showing him what life would have been like if he had never existed.
Right.
So it's just one of those that it's a special time of movie, special time of year. That's something that I always have to watch during the Christmas time. You know, so what would number 2 be for you?
Number 2, I mentioned it earlier, actually, is The Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, 2000 edition with Jim Carrey. Like I said, I watched this not too long ago, actually last night, and it's funny on how little Cindy Lou Who, played by Taylor Momsen, kind of, I don't know, she breaks up the monotony in Whoville to try and get the most feared creature in Whoville, for that matter, down to the Whobilation, as they call it, the 1,000-year Whobilation, for that matter. So pretty special event, pretty big event. And the Who's are nuts about Christmas and driven by one thing, and Christmas is the biggest thing ever, and da-da-da-da. But she makes them see Christmas in a whole different light. And, you know, the Grinch does some pretty messed up stuff. I mean, he literally steals all of Christmas from them except for the big old tree in the middle, and pretty much takes a dump on them. I mean, honestly. And then at the end of it, you know, everybody knows the story, how his heart grows 3 times that size.
Makes me want to go see the new animated Grinch movie.
I think that'd be pretty cool, honestly. I really do. I mean, hell, maybe, I don't know, Christmas Eve. We could do that. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a big idea. Coming up, Monday.
I forgot. we are both free gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Well, hey.
If we can fit it in, if not, you know, there's always another way we can lube it up and fit it in another way.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2 for me is going to be Christmas Vacation. Like I said, it's not Christmas time to me unless I watch this movie. I'm not going to dissect it in my top 5 because we're about to dig into it.
Yeah.
But number 2 for me is A Christmas Vacation, and that'll lead into your number 1.
Yeah, like I said earlier, actually, mentioning a lot of them, Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. This one was so much fun when I was a kid, because honestly, the biggest thing about this was the, I forget what they called it in the movie, but the little, like, detective squad that they had. I think it was the ELF.
Oh, yeah, the ELF.
Yeah, and, what was it?
The Elves with Attitude.
Elves with Attitude, yes. Yes, thank you. Loved it. And then when they busted Santa Claus out and they used nothing but tinsel, you know, and the little girl's like, "Oh my gosh, how'd you do that?" and stuff like that. His daughter, no, it wasn't the daughter. It was Charlie. It was his son. Sorry, not daughter. My bad. And high strength tinsel is what he said. And, that line probably sticks out the most to me, just because it was such a tongue-in-cheek line. It was kind of like, yeah, we're that badass, and we're like 13, you know.
You know what really enjoys, you know, it's a fun movie, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
This movie also deals with real-life problems with a mom and a dad who can't get along, and there's a kid in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But you know what really is, some of my obviously, Tim Allen, great actor.
Yeah.
Great comedian. He's my favorite. It's not Santa Claus without Tim Allen.
No.
But my favorite character besides Tim Allen in this would be the stepdad, played by Judge Reinhold. Neil. He's you know, a lot of people get him from a lot of people may recognize him from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
He was Billy in Beverly Hills Cop. So, Judge Reinhold is a pretty funny character, pretty funny comedian, actor, and I enjoyed him in this movie. So
I've got to say the other character that I really liked was Judy, the little dark long-haired elf. Named, I think she was played by Paige Tamada, if I'm not mistaken. Tamada. I'm not sure how you pronounce the last name. But it was always really cool just to see her and then Bernard interact with Tim Allen and train him, basically, because he was the strict by the book, you do it this way, simple guy. You know, to where she was the nurturing. It was almost like a mother-father relationship with Tim Allen, in a way, cultivating him into the Santa Claus, because she was the one who came and brought him that nice big old cup of hot chocolate. I hated that because I was so jealous of it. But, you know, the nurturing mother figure in a way, and he was the kind of stern, strict, by the book father figure that wanted you to do good, and it had to be that way. And I know they didn't change it up a lot, but they changed it up with Bernard to oh crap, I cannot remember in the second and third movies.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
The
Disney Channel character.
Yeah.
The actor. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, they changed it up a little bit and kind of took Bernard's stuff away somewhat. But, yeah, Bernard was always pretty cool. But, yeah, Judy...
But played by Spencer Breslin.
Yeah, Spencer Breslin, yeah. But, yeah, Judy and Bernard were probably my two favorite characters besides Tim Allen.
Who was Curtis the Elf.
Yeah, Curtis, yes. Which, you know, the kid was in... Dr. Seuss's Cat in the Hat as well.
That's right.
Yeah. And I thought that was pretty cool. But the fact that, like, Judy disappeared basically.
Yeah.
But
that's probably the one thing that kind of turned me off about 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Was they jumped way too far from the original. I get it. You got to try to keep it a little bit more interesting.
A little bit fresh,
but they kind of jumped a little too far.
Yeah. But, I mean, I get it. And, sometimes contract disputes, sometimes even time disputes. Because, like The Rock or Dwayne Johnson. Dude's a busy guy. You're not going to get him for any and every movie role that some big muscled dude should be. I mean, he could be the new Aquaman. He could have been the new Aquaman if he didn't do some of the different movies he had. However, we've got Jason Momoa, kick-ass character. But, yeah, all those different characters. And, I mean, Charlie was always pretty cool, and it was nice to relate to him. But in the second movie, I thought he was...
Well, he's a juvenile teen.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, seeing the way he grew up in the first one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so you can go that way. But, yeah, definitely. It was cool.
My number 1 is going to be A Christmas Story. Yes, I know. It's the movie that plays on TNT from Christmas Eve night all the way until December the 26th.
And
that's why it's so touching to me, because, I mean, it's from 1983. I can remember, you were talking about how Charlie Brown Christmas Story was sentimental to you.
Yeah.
My mom would always work overnights. My dad was off on the Christmas vacation.
Right.
So was I from school. Man, I don't know if he just lost the remote, but it would seem like every single Christmas Eve night that TV would stay on A Christmas Story. I'd fall asleep to A Christmas Story. I'd wake up to eat breakfast and open up gifts. A Christmas Story was on. I'd be playing with my new toys or checking out, playing a new video game. Come go in the living room. Christmas Story was still on. I'm like, Dad, what the hell are you doing?
Shoot your eye out.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's one of those now that I'm used to seeing it on that long.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve to Christmas Day, I kind of watch it 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes. I mean one Christmas. We all probably have a Christmas movie that has annoyed the shit out of us. Mine, Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I love that movie.
Well, okay.
Put the cookie down.
No, but no. Back when I was in either sophomore or junior year, one of the two, one of the teachers, a history class teacher, and I'm sure some of you who actually went to school with us know who I'm talking about or know what I'm talking about, played 2 movies. And one of them was Jingle All the Way. I watched that 50 times, I swear to you, 50 times. And it was never continued. It was never like played from that moment forward. It was always restarted from the damn beginning. And oh my god, if I had to hear "It's Turbo Time" one more freaking time, I just fell asleep in the class because I was just like, "It's the movie again. I don't want to watch this. I'm out. Peace."
I don't know if anybody remembers, but it was kind of like that in drama class in Jefferson.
Yeah.
It was always the same with Mrs. McCautry. It was always Spider-Man 1 or Grease. Like
I can get down with those.
Those were always the 2 movies that we had to watch.
It would get annoying after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, that finishes up our top 5 Christmas movies. What do you think?
Not bad. I mean, I'm not downing Jingle All the Way. It's just I won't want to watch that for a while just because of how annoying it became. But yeah, those are all movies I like too. I'm not extremely familiar with A Christmas Story as like I am with the Santa Claus or the Grinch, but I know the story. I know about it and all that. And I mean, hey, what kid didn't want to? I mean, I got one when I was a kid, but what kid didn't want a BB gun for Christmas? Hey, shoot little squirrels or something.
Man,
at that time.
Now that we're we've done our top 5. We are in the thick of things. Let's get right down to the beef and potatoes. Let's talk a little Christmas Vacation.
All right.
So this movie obviously opens up with the Clarks, the Griswolds. So that's what movie starts off with the Griswolds, going and getting their family Christmas tree. You ever have a little issue like that? You guys ever go out and get a tree?
Actually, no.
No?
I've never officially gotten a Christmas tree since I've been an adult. Yeah, no, I have not.
You don't have one up now?
No. I have no Christmas decorations up right now, bro. Yeah, my Christmas is in my heart.
That's all that matters.
Yes, sir.
Get you one of them Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Christmas trees.
I got some Reese's, actually. Got it from a Christmas party over the weekend, or last weekend, so... Got some pajama pants.
How was your Christmas party? Did you get any? Did you get a little tipsy?
I'm not really tipsy, but I had a couple beers.
Oh, that's
yeah, I had a couple Bud Lights.
Company pay for it?
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I would have had more than just a few beers.
Oh, I got a chicken fried steak out of the deal, so pretty good. Bad. Eating pretty good.
Man, the reason I love A Christmas Story or A Christmas Vacation is because Clark Griswold tries to make it. He's one of the few dads that wants to have a big family Christmas. He invites all the in-laws and all the family members out of town, come to his house, and pretty much he wants to throw Christmas at his house.
Yeah.
Everybody from his mom is there, his dad is there.
Her mom and her
dad.
Mom,
which is played by Doris Roberts, is Frances.
Yeah.
Which, she is the mom from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yep.
Randy Quaid is Cousin Eddie.
Yeah. Which he was kind of the uncle in every freaking big movie back then in the 80s.
Oh man, he was so funny.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he was the comedy relief.
He was the dad in Independence Day.
Yeah.
He also reprised his role in the second Independence Day 20 years later.
Yep.
So, man.
As the hero.
This movie kind of has a hidden diamond in the rough cast, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. You've got Chevy Chase, which is, Chevy Chase. But, who the hell would have known Johnny Galecki, 20 years later, would have been a big sitcom, basically, star. You've got Juliette Lewis, who hasn't been huge in a term of careers, but she's definitely a recognizable face in many movies. She's been in some good
movies, too.
Oh, yeah.
Natural Born Killers with...
Yeah.
He was in Natural Born Killers with Woody Harrelson.
She was.
So this movie, they have quite a build. Pretty good cast.
Yeah.
Written by John Hughes. We touched on that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Any certain scenes that kind of touches you in this movie?
One that I found really, really funny, and a couple that actually I'd love to have as a family member or family man for that matter. But the one scene that I thought was hilarious was, when he was putting that spray on the bottom of his little sled, basically. That one was hilarious as hell because, I expected the sled to go kind of faster, but I didn't expect it to go freaking the Flash mode on everybody. Dude goes from 0 to 150 miles an hour burning up snow. What the hell? And then, later on in the movie, the cousin brother-in-law picks up the sled and it's got a freaking hole all the way. The thing looks like a shield that was blasted away. When the moments when the whole entire family was getting together for the actual lights scene, that was pretty funny, or not pretty funny, but pretty heartwarming. Simply because this man had tried so hard and done so much. Because I've done some of that, hung up lights and all that stuff, and just to have it done on you,
it's frustrating.
It kind of pisses you off, and just forget it. But when you find that bulb or the strand that is out, it's always nice. It's a great feeling, and
not to mention the little rivalry he's got going on with the neighbors. The neighbor wife, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who was in Seinfeld as Lorraine, I think.
Pretty sure that's the name, yeah.
But yeah, them are always going back and forth between him and the neighbors.
Which that was pretty funny, I gotta say. That was a good comedy relief with that.
And then I love the scene when he's in the department store,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at the ladies' lingerie.
Oh, yeah, that was yeah, and then the sun comes up, and oh, you can't see any lines. See, Russell? Yeah, Dad, you can't. Wait, what?
You know what's kind of weird about this timeline, though, is that in A Christmas Vacation, Rusty is probably 12 years old.
Yeah.
In, I believe it's European Vacation
Mm-hmm.
or the original Vacation, Rusty's already like 15.
Right. So, a little bit of a weird timeline, but I mean.
But you asked me earlier about if I checked out the new one, just called Vacation with Ed Helms playing Rusty.
Yeah.
And they go back and they visit, Grandma and Grandpa, which the roles are reprised by, Chevy Chase and
Beverly D'Angelo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one was actually pretty cool, I've got to say. A little crazy, but all the hijinks, still happened. We'll say that. But, yeah, it was nice to sit through the whole thing together, culminated together, instead of just clips here and there, like 5-10 minutes here and there.
I mean, because that's what a lot of people notice with these Christmas movies. Like, you pretty much put on, back in the day, it used to be called ABC Family.
Yeah.
Now it's called, I think, First Form or something like that.
Yeah,
the
First
TV.
Form, yeah. Sounds right.
But, they always had their 25 Days of Christmas.
Yep.
And, you could turn that station on all day and you'll catch Christmas movies piece by piece.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, one thing that stands out about this movie, and it was touched on earlier before we started recording, when we were watching actually, is that it seems more down to earth, like a real, maybe not as in all the crazy hijinks that happen, but sometimes when you have the whole family over, things can get a little
stressful.
Crazy, stressful, definitely, because unfortunately not all sides of the family see eye to eye. I mean, I know we know some of that. But when you do, and it does culminate in a nice way, it is really cool. It definitely is. I mean, usually with my little sister and our family, it's always nice to go ahead and go over there, hang out with everybody. It's always nice to go over to my mother's family and hang out with them. It's always a great time either way.
So it seems like we can. The reason we picked A Christmas Vacation, we can all pretty much, it's one of those Christmas movies that feels real.
Yeah, it's very relatable.
Yeah, it's
literally
very relatable. So it's not like one of those, happy-go-lucky snowman comes to life kind of things. Like this, we picked this because, man, it feels like, the job.
Yeah.
The stress of family. Just everything culminating to this Christmas vacation that he's on. And, he's like every other adult. We're adults now. We don't have really Christmas vacations.
Yeah.
We might be able to take a few days off here and there.
Right.
But like with me, I'll be off Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Me, I got lucky enough to be off Monday and Tuesday.
I don't go back to work until Tuesday night, but, I mean, by the time I go to work Tuesday at 10, all the stuff is already done, over with.
Right. So, but I mean, that's the thing, like, we've all got that one crazy brother-in-law, cousin, sister-in-law, whatever it is. We've all got that in-law you can't stand. Whether it's the, father-in-law, mother-in-law on either side. Sometimes you have it that you can't stand. Now, I was fine with mine, no problems with that. But, you always have that one family member that you absolutely cannot stand.
So, with Christmas Vacation, coming up to wraps, we'll touch bases. We'll ask. I'll do favorite scene.
Yeah.
Was there ever a Christmas gift that just eluded you throughout your childhood?
Christmas gift, yeah. I always wanted to get a game console, and I've been a PlayStation person. No disrespect to Xbox or Nintendo's consoles.
Xbox just sucks, dude.
But no disrespect, but I mean, I've always been a PlayStation person since PlayStation, the PS1, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I always wanted one, and it was like, I made it a fact that, like, if you get me nothing else, I don't care. I just want this, and it can be used downgraded version, all this stuff, I'll get everything else, but I just want that.
You originally, didn't you originally get a PlayStation though, right?
Well, I did, but actually, that was the first console I paid for.
Oh.
Like, I paid for my PlayStation. I paid for my PlayStation 2 as well, and PlayStation 3 and 4 I have as well, so, I've got the whole family. But, yeah, it was always the PlayStation that, eluded me, I guess you could say. But no, there was a lot of gifts that I did get, whether it be, one of them actually that I was sad to get taken away from me during a tornado that took away some of my storage a few years ago was, of all things, a cheetah, a plush stuffed cheetah. And I mean, the thing was kind of a real life-size cheetah, just stuffed toy, stuffed animal, whatever you want to call it. I loved that. When I was young, I had a Beyblade phase. Yeah, got a kick-ass remote control Dragoon Beyblade, and I thought that was the shit. I really did. I loved it. And I got like the stadium. I got like 4 other Beyblades and all this stuff, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And I've got to say one thing, and I'll ask you this, but one thing that I used to hate getting as a kid was socks or clothes, because it was always those damn socks. But now
you
love
appreciate
it.
them.
I'm cool with it. There's some times where, I'm missing half my socks for no freaking reason, and all of a sudden I get a pair of socks on Christmas Day, and I'm just like, holy damn, yes, thank you. I'm like, got the whole.
'Cause now that we're adults, now that we got to pay for it, briefs or socks or some shirts,
dude,
those can be kind of
are
expensive.
Freaking expensive.
So,
3 pairs of, whatever your fancy is for like $18.
But,
what the hell?
You know what is not expensive, and you know what's comfortable?
What's that?
MeUndies.
Oh?
MeUndies.com?
Yeah.
They cup your jewels in ways that you never would have expected. I mean, they're not an official sponsor here, but I've heard some deals, and man, if anybody's out there, hashtag MeUndies, comfortable stuff, and hopefully, if you hashtag Cine-Men Movie Podcast with MeUndies, maybe they can listen and they can hear this, and maybe they'll put 2 and 2 together. But Google it, YouTube it, MeUndies, comfortable stuff.
Yes, sir. Now, how about you?
Mine would. I asked this question for a reason, because mine has always been the Green Ranger Dragon Zord.
Really?
The 4
foot. Surprised actually.
The 3-foot Dragon Zord from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers era.
The OG Power Rangers.
I had the Megazord.
Yeah, I did too.
I never had the Green Ranger Dragon Zord.
Now, see, I had the Green Ranger that had the little like flippable head.
Right.
Tommy, and then I had that guy. I had actually the whole team at one point.
Right.
But
the only one I could not get was that Green
That
Ranger
thing was
Dragon Zord.
friggin' popular as hell and very, not rare, but hard to get. Because once they had it, it was gone.
Now
it was
they're
flying
out.
off
They're
the
back
shelves.
out for $100.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
I'm sure they were probably about $40-$50 then.
yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong, that was 15, 20 years ago that they were actually out. But, no, yeah, I
try 25.
I got you. Jesus. Whew. Yeah, I was into Mighty Morphin when I was a kid. It was part of my shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Went from Barney to that, Not afraid to admit I was into the big purple bastard when I was a kid. But, yeah, it went from that to whooping ass with the kick-ass Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. No, okay, so was Tommy your favorite back in the day?
I'd say I was a Jason fan.
Oh, yeah, you too? Yeah, I was a Jason guy. It's kind of cool mentioning stuff like that, because the entire generation, all generations of Power Rangers actually came together for a all generations squad, I guess you'd say, like a few years ago. And then let's see, Trini, actually, the Yellow Ranger, she actually passed away back in 2002.
Yeah, car accident.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But I mean, Tommy, for that matter, actually is an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And
Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the reboot of the movie. I thought it wasn't too bad.
And to see him and
Kimberly
in it, yeah.
I wouldn't mind maybe covering that one day.
That'd be
a pretty
cool.
good movie.
That'd be cool.
I
liked how they changed up the characters a bit. It was cool. It really was.
But back to A Christmas Vacation. Man, if you had to pick, one of your, what would probably be one of your favorite scenes in this movie?
Favorite scene.
I'll go mine first. My favorite scene has got to be, man, the Christmas light scene.
Yeah.
Where he's, getting them all together, and he's got, Russ out there, and, he's telling everybody, drum roll, and they do the drum roll, and then everybody sounds like a bunch of damn hyenas masturbating out there. But that would probably be one of my favorite scenes, would be the Christmas lighting, and then the opening tree segment.
The inaugural lighting.
And then the opening tree scene where they go get the Christmas tree is just hilarious.
Favorite scene? It's kind of a hard one, to be honest.
It is tough, because, the whole movie is almost like open laughs throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, I guess if I had to actually say, it would probably be the whole dinner scene, where they actually got together, cut the turkey open, or I'm sorry, cut the balloon open, I'd more say. Because that thing freaking just, just opened up like a freaking, I don't know, something weird, but it just opened up literally
just
to almost
on everybody.
Nothing. Almost nothing was in there. It was, like you actually said, jerky. Jerky, basically.
Turkey jerky.
It was weird. And then, ask grandma, great-grandma, great-great-grandma, or whatever she was, to say grace, and she ended up singing the friggin' Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
Like, the hell?
But yeah, we did check this out on Blu-ray. It's as good as it's going to get. I don't know if it'll ever get a 4K release, but it was tremendous on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
The sound was awesome.
Picture was very nice.
Picture was great. Popping. If you want to watch it, you can get it on Amazon Prime Video. You can buy it for $7.99. You can rent it on Amazon Prime Video for $3.99. Or just check out AMC. It's going to be on AMC tomorrow night, Saturday. Well, by the time you hear this episode, Saturday, December 22nd at 7. And then they're going to do a replay right after that, Saturday, December 22nd at 9:15. And then they're going to play it again on Christmas Eve, Monday night. Or no.
Christmas Eve, Monday night, yeah.
Okay, Christmas Eve, Monday night, the 24th at 9:30 p.m. Or you can just go check it out on Blu-ray. Best Buy has it for $6.99.
Oh, too easy.
Target has it, I believe, for $7.99 on Blu-ray. So they come with digital copies now too. The one I got was an older Blu-ray, did not come with a digital copy. But yeah, this movie is very easy to find. Obviously, this time of year, you can get it for $6-7 on Blu-ray. If you enjoy Christmas movies, or if you enjoy any of the National Lampoon movies, for example, I think it's a must-own.
Honestly, what would you say your favorite National Lampoons is?
It'd be Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, okay. I'm going to say mine is Animal House, because that whole scene, the toga.
Animal House is good. I'm going to have to revisit that one day.
That freaking always kills me, and those 3 single words of the same damn word always kill me. Always.
No, it's good. We'll definitely have to check that out. But yeah, they're also playing it Christmas Day at 6:30 at night. So, it's going to pretty much be on the rest of the week. What do you say about Christmas Vacation? If you had to rank it out of 10, what would you give it?
7.5.
That's what I gave it. I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. Christmas Vacation originally aired, or came out in theaters December 1st, 1989.
So it's the perfect time to take that little family and go ahead and hit the movie theater up.
Almost
simple.
What is that? Almost 30 years to the date, 1989.
Yeah, 30 years and some change.
Man,
yeah.
Well, buddy, it looks like this Christmas episode is almost wrapped up and put into Santa's bag.
Putting you a little stocking.
So,
hit it straight to your house.
As this is getting ready to drop, man, what do you got planned for Christmas this year? What do you got going on?
Going to see family, honestly.
You going out on Christmas Eve, or are you gonna go out on Christmas Day?
Christmas Day, actually. Usually it's Christmas Eve. Was a tradition. Families changing it up this year a little bit. So Christmas Day, seeing both families.
You go see who you gonna go see? Your sister?
Yeah, my sister's side of the family, little sister's side of her mom's family. We're gonna go see them, and then see my family, my mother's family as well. I think my dad's gonna go with me, so that'll always be fun.
Oh yeah,
be nice.
Be nice to nice. That's another thing. Like, it's nice to put all the differences aside for this one day a year.
Yeah.
You just get together, have some good food, listen to some good music, and just talk and just BS together. Because man, holidays come and go, but man, you may not be here for every holiday.
No, I mean on top of that,
neither will the people around you.
That's what I was about to say. You never know how many more holidays you have with your loved ones. So, whether they annoy you, whether they don't, whether you love them, whether you don't get along well,
right? You gotta put it aside for one day of the year.
I mean, even for a couple days of the year. I know I'd love to see my family more than I get to, but gotta pay the bills, gotta live. I don't want to live with mommy and daddy forever. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not either way, but still, gotta keep my own place. Keep a car, keep whatever's going on. So, yeah. Gotta work, unfortunately, and then on top of that, gotta have some downtime to relax, get brought back together. But yeah, I've got to say, what are you doing?
Tomorrow, Saturday, as this drops, I'm gonna go and have some Christmas dinner at my sister's house on Saturday.
Nice.
Sunday, we're gonna record the last episode of the podcast, which is kind of insane to think about.
Yeah. The last of the season and the year.
Right. Don't forget, this is a weekly episodic podcast. It's not like we're not like the other guys out there. We don't come to you every other week or once a month. We're every week. We're right down in the grind, coming to you every week.
Our busy schedules align every now and then. We lose a little bit of sleep, but that's all right because we love talking to you. We love letting you hear us, and we love coming one-on-one to y'all beautiful, beautiful people.
And then Monday is going to be all about, man, we might put a turkey dinner together, spending some time with the kid.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So,
got to.
Then Monday or Tuesday morning is going to be all about Christmas and getting ready to go back to work.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But, days come, days go. And every day usually has been good for me. So I'm all happy. All ears if you want.
Ooh.
I know, right? Man, but yeah, if you know someone who is downtrodden, always pick up the phone, call that relative that usually shows up that hasn't. You never know, that might light their day up, light their night up for that matter, maybe even light their season up. You never know. Check on your relatives, check on your friends, check on yourself. I mean, come on, for God's sakes, look in the mirror, ask yourself what's up, go from there. I mean, hell, do something you like. Be a little selfish. Buy yourself that, I don't know, that PlayStation game you were talking about, or that movie you love, or heck, go and buy your husband, your wife, your significant other, whatever they were desiring, just to see that little shining light in their eyes. You never know how much one little thing or even one word can impact somebody. Never know. So.
Yeah, man, no kidding. It's one of those things that if you have an issue out there, if you listen to this podcast and things just aren't getting the way you want, or you just need a number to vent to.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's one of those things that if it's getting too bad out there for you, man, just text that number, email us, we can do something to lighten the mood up.
Yeah, maybe make a little bit of a cheery festivity for you.
Oh yeah.
Whether in a text or a call or whatever it is, or a message, email, whatever.
Yeah. Don't forget, we are at facebook.com
/movie reels 405. That is MOVIEREELZ 405. And yeah, both of us are on that page. You can message either one of us, myself, Edward, or this guy over here named Johnny. We're nice guys. We don't bite.
The email is CINEMEN. That's Cine-Men921 @gmail.com, or you can call or text the phone number that's right there on the page, 405-590-5711. If we don't get back to you, leave a voicemail or call again or leave a quick text. Again, we are the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. Next week's episode is going to be a poll.
Yep.
You guys vote. I know it's going to you only have 2 days really to vote until we really get down and
to the nitty
gritty. But man, I have a big old stack of brand new movies here that we're going to go through.
So we're going to put our little lottery out there, if you will.
Yeah. I'll post pictures on the web. I'll post a picture on the Facebook's podcast page on Facebook a little bit later. So by the time you guys are listening to this, go vote. The choices are out there. The choices are Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively star in A Simple Favor. Kind of a thriller-esque movie out there, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Girl on the Train.
I have not.
Or Gone Girl.
Yeah, Gone Girl.
But it's kind of one of those.
Okay.
Peppermint, starring Jennifer Gardner, the director of Taken. That movie will be up on there.
That'll be a wild ride then.
You can vote on that. It's kind of like Death Wish with Bruce Willis.
Right.
Her family kind of gets knocked out, taken, killed, and she has to retaliate.
Huh.
Searching, starring John Cho. You'll know him from Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Harold and Kumar.
He was also in the new Star Trek movies.
Yes, he was.
So, Searching.
It's kind of cool to see him in this role too, because it's a little different of a take from him. Because I'm used to seeing him as a happy-go-lucky, stressing out a little bit over finals and stuff like that in college or what to do in life. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely a nice little different take on it. I haven't seen the movie personally yet. However, the trailer will stress you out.
Right.
Honestly.
I haven't seen this yet. I'm going to try to check it out this weekend. Whether you guys vote on it or not, we'll check it out.
Yeah.
So Searching is out there. The new Predator.
Ooh.
Directed by Shane Black. You get a 30-foot tall predator in this movie. So you can vote on the Predator.
Which, as if they were dangerous enough, add 3 times or 4 times.
We got to throw a horror movie in there. Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. We haven't touched horror in a few months.
Yeah.
And it was our bread and butter when we first started.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't mind touching a little bit of horror before the new year is beginning.
Now say that title again for me.
Sleepwalkers.
Ooh. Chills.
And then Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible Fallout, the latest story in the Mission Impossible saga, starring Tom Cruise, Henry Cavill, Simon Pegg is in it. He comes back for his role. So those are the 5 movies: Mission Impossible, Sleepwalkers, The Predator, Searching, Peppermint, and A Simple Favor. I will post photos on the Facebook page, and you guys can go ahead and
like, comment, subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. Comment whichever one you'd actually like to see, hear us play out basically, and review. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get on that and have a good time with it. I mean, some of these movies are new that I haven't seen, so man, this is going to be it for our Christmas episode. We rated and viewed A Christmas Vacation. Go check it out. Other than that, man, I think it's time to go ahead and wrap it up, put a bow on it, and stick it under the tree. I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of... Let me ask this. When you were a kid, or even now, have you ever gotten nervous on Christmas Eve night? Like, when you're going to sleep, can you just not get to sleep?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's freaking weird. I've always waited for Santa.
No, I mean, that's how it is, and you kind of gotta just hang out and chill because you never know when the big guy's coming.
Honestly, it's a little weird again, I just thought of this. It's a little weird of a celebration, though, to have a fat white dude come down your chimney with random gifts that, you know, he's deemed your kid naughty or nice.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you gotta be good throughout the year, else he don't come and see you.
I know you're wrong. That's like me coming down your chimney with some random ass gifts.
I won't mind.
I'm a fat white dude. I can do it. I don't know if I'll squeeze this ass down the chimney, but we'll try.
I'll leave you a Coke and some cookies.
I don't know about that. You know, some Coke and some cookies.
But yeah, this has been a good episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you next week for whatever movie you guys decide to vote on in the poll.
This is Edward signing out.
And this is Johnny. We are wishing you guys a Merry Christmas from the Cine-Men Movie Podcast. You guys have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday.
Yes, sir.
And we will see you next week for the very final episode of the year. We'll be back every week after that. But we will see you next week on the Cine-Men Movie Podcast.